All right, hello everybody. It is me again. It is the Cheesehead Productions. Sorry if I am talking a little quiet. It is almost 1 a.m. I got home late from work because of the freaking roads. They were icy and shit. Okay, so we got some big freaking news. So Aaron Rodgers to the 49ers trade. So Um, you guys remember back on the 15th of March when Aaron Rodgers made the big announcement of going to the New York Jets on the Pat McAfee show? Um, so we have some people that are not football fans. Um, so for those that are not football typical fans, Aaron Rodgers on the 15th of March went on the Pat McAfee show live during the free agency tampering, and he announced that he intends to play for the New York Jets, the New York Football Jets, or whatever you call them, the freaking Jets. Anyways, um, yeah. So Aaron Rodgers was full on committed to the Jets, and now the compensation between Green Bay and the Jets, we've had talks of wanting to get the first round pick from the Jets, number 13, and then um, after that there was the second talk of okay, we could get the two second round picks. And then yeah, so we had that kind of deal, and then Brian Gutekunst and the Jets organization, they kind of had a week off and not really engaging in a lot of conversations. But then recently last week, Brian Gutekunst came out, and I think they were in Phoenix or something because I know Matt LaFleur was in Phoenix, and they were discussing the whole Aaron Rodgers trade situation, and then talking about Jordan Love. So yeah, there was talks of that. Um, they did say that we don't need a first round pick necessarily, but Aaron Rodgers is a four-time MVP. So if we look at the Matthew Stafford trade and the um, shit, there was one other. I'm sorry, there's one other trade, but I know the Matthew Stafford trade. They got two. They got two picks or something like that from I think it was the Lions. The Rams. I think gave up two first round picks, or one of the two. Anyways, they wanted to do that kind of scenario, like how the Lions traded Matthew Stafford and they got two first round picks in return. Um, and so yeah, so that was going on for a while, and it kind of still is. There's nothing official yet. Um, but now there is talks of the 49ers coming in. Okay, so let's kind of think of this. Let's go back down to memory lane in the 2021 NFL draft. So everybody probably remembers this was the day of the draft that Aaron Rodgers came out to the media and addressed to Green Bay, saying, "I do not want to play for you guys. I do not want to come back." Um, do I blame him for saying that? No, I don't blame him because the man was pissed because we drafted Jordan Love. We traded up with Miami to pick Jordan Love up at pick 26, and we were supposed to pick at 30 that year because we made it to the NFC Championship. Um, so we didn't draft any wide receivers or any of that. And God knows I wanted a wide receiver because I was scouting Terrence Marshall that year. I was scouting T. Higgins, a couple other big names out there that were really good that year in the draft. But anyways, we were supposed to get him that, and so no, I don't blame him because Packers never ever they never go wide receiver. We always get a wide receiver in the second round, which I love because the second rounders are always the best. We had Jordy Nelson, we had Devontae Adams, which my God, I fucking love the man. I did. I was a diehard Devontae Adams fan. Um, but yeah, no. Oh, real quick, you guys, on the screen when it says powered by StreamYard, don't mind that. I'm currently using it because it uploads to my channel a lot easier than what I did the first couple videos. That was on the live. So I kind of screwed that up, and I can't really get that to the upload. So as of right now, I'm just using StreamYard, and StreamYard's pretty good. So if you just see the freaking duck logo, don't mind it. It's just a dumb logo. But anyways, um, yeah, no, back to the topic. So I think, in my opinion, I think the whole trade is going to go down between probably the Jets, because the Jets are a quarterback away from being a Super Bowl contender team. They have Garrett Wilson. They have Quentin Williams on the defense. They got Sauce Gardner. They got they got a loaded team. I can't think of one other weapon on the Jets. If you guys just let me know, whatever it is, I know they have one other weapon on the offense, but that team's loaded. That team is loaded. It is ready to go to the Super Bowl. All they need is just freaking Aaron Rodgers, and that team is set. Now, as far as the 49ers, let's talk about them. So, the 49ers. So last year, the 49ers started off a little rough. They started off a little rocky, right? Okay, then out of nowhere, they start kicking ass in the NFL. And they finish off the season 13-3, just like the Vikings. But the 49ers were a lot more freaking dominant. Now, how were they dominant? Because they went through Jimmy Garoppolo, right? They had Jimmy G for the last, God knows, like 4 years. 4 years, because his first year was 2018 with the 49ers. Because after that, that's when we started playing Jimmy G in the freaking championship games the last 2-3 times now. But yeah, Jimmy G, and then Jimmy G gets hurt, and so then they had Trey Lance, excuse me. They had Trey Lance. Trey Lance goes down immediately in the start of the year, but then, just then, they get to the playoffs, or towards the playoffs, and they got this kid named Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, who is the 256th overall pick in the 2022 NFL draft. And that kid was slinging out. The kid proved to everyone in the league that he could be something. He could be an elite quarterback, which, in my opinion, I think the kid has got potential. But he's still got some tweaks here and there. I think he just needs to work on a few things, but he's got potential. I mean, he's a great kid, quarterback on and off the field. I mean, leadership is there. Very mature young kid. Yeah, so the 49ers and quarterback are in desperate need, because if we look at the NFC Championship game, they had no freaking Brock Purdy. They had no freaking Brock Purdy, man. And then they had Josh, I think it was Josh Johnson as a quarterback. If there's any of you guys out there, Niner fans or whatever it is, just comment down below which quarterback it was, but he was out. And so everybody was like, what the fuck are the 49ers going to do? Because they ain't got no quarterback. So they had, I don't remember who was the last backup to play. I mean, I know I watched the game, but just that game was just, it was over in a matter of minutes, because you had the freaking Eagles run your ass right over. I mean, sorry, Niner fans, but yeah, that game was nuts. That game was nuts. But yeah, I think if you guys really want to, let's try to get Aaron Rodgers again. I think that would be an interesting run, because if you think about it, Aaron Rodgers has 2 years, because he signed with Green Bay the last year, and he had the extension, right? So he had that long-term extension for like 3 years. I think it was $150 million. $150 million guarantee. So that means last year he made $50 million, and now he is walking upon $60 million right in front of him. But the Packers, back in February, we've already began the whole shopping, right? We already began talking about trading him, because we have came out and we said we're ready to move on to Jordan Love because we have to see what he's got. Now, I will make a blog about Jordan Love. I'll get to that one in another day. Um, but yeah, it makes a lot of sense because we need to, as an organization, we need to see what our young, talented team has. We need to start somewhere fresh. The cap space too. I mean, if we think about the cap space, um, that's also why we need to move on from Aaron Rodgers because we need to start saving up a lot from our cap and we need to start building up fresh here for future picks and future players that we have coming. So Green Bay, in my opinion, is doing the best move and not conning Aaron Rodgers to come back. I mean, I love the man. I've been watching him since I was a little kid. Again, I've been a Packer fan since I was 11 years old. But when I was 9 years old, that's when I first watched the Packers versus the Vikings, right? And they had Brett Favre. Now, I knew Brett Favre as a kid. I definitely did because I saw Brett Favre on TV here and there. Of course, him in the Jets uniform, him in the Packers uniform, and then him in the Vikings uniform. And of course, he had to choke it against Saints. But, anyways, Aaron Rodgers did the same shit against the Lions. Um, yeah, no. So I'm pretty optimistic with the Jets, though. I like to see him more in the Jets uniform than the 49ers uniform. But that was Aaron Rodgers' team when he was a kid. That he was a big diehard 49er fan, so he was always dreaming about, oh man, I want to play for the Niners. I definitely want to go because of Joe Montana. You had Steve Young, you had Jerry Rice, you had Terrell Owens. Oh my gosh, you name it. You had the freaking stack team. You had that West Coast offense. I mean, the 49ers was that shit back in the day. Now again, I'm 24. I'm almost 25 in a month. So if I was around that era enough, I would have had a lot more to explain about them. But no, it's just crazy with that era. Um, but yeah, no, I think it's gonna play out in draft day. So if you guys see on the screen that the Packers moved up to number 13, that is officially the confirmation that the trade went through. Now if we want to do this with the Niners, we could take their first round pick because they're going to be picking late in the 20s because of the NFC Championship game. So we are picking at number 15. If we want to trade Rodgers to the Jets, we'll give him. Okay, they give us the 2 second rounders, but we maybe might give them something. I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like we probably would. But if we want to get hypothetical here, we could do this. We could trade Rodgers. We get that first round pick, and then I would like this. I'd like some draft cap because if we gotta sign our rookies on our 5 year deal, 4 year deal, 5 year deal, we gotta have enough money. So I'd like the Jets to donate us some salary, some cap salary. That would be a good trade. You give us a first round pick and draft cap, and then you can have Aaron Rodgers. Easily said and done. Now the Niners are all in on Rodgers because they already know that they already know what the hell's going on with Green Bay and the Jets organization. So I think the GM down there he's gonna try to take a swing at it, and he's gonna try to be like, "Hey, listen, you got Lamar Jackson out there. Why don't you take the young kid that's gonna play on your team for more than 2 years?" Because Aaron Rodgers is gonna be hitting 40 in December. The man's 39 right now, so he's only got 2 more years. He's got like till he's 41. So that's why. Don't get me wrong. I like the Jets, but if I'm the Jets, maybe I am going to take a gamble at Lamar Jackson because we still have that Lamar Jackson shit out there. Nothing's been confirmed where he's going to the Colts or whatever. Now, I'll get to that in another blog when we go over the draft prospects because the Colts, everybody are thinking is going to go no, Anthony Richardson. Um, I was about to say Will Anderson, but no, that's going to be the Cardinals pick. But yeah, so I think, in my opinion, if he goes to the Niners, I don't think that would be a bad gig because the Niners can use him for 2 years, and then that way Brock Purdy is sitting on a bench right behind MVP quarterback, a four-time MVP quarterback. And it would just for him to be just like the Jordan Love scenario. You sit on a bench. I'm like, great. You did great the first year. You did phenomenal. You proved the league that you know you can play ball. You can play freaking ball. But it's time to maybe see a veteran quarterback take the lead and let him show you what he does, but not like exactly how he does it, but like how to play the game at an elite level is what I'm saying. So that's where I'm saying Aaron Rodgers to the Niners wouldn't be too bad, but it would be a little odd seeing him in a Niners jersey because we played the 49ers so many doggone times in the playoffs and we've lost to them. So for him to come back, either let's say they play at Lambeau or they play in San Francisco next year, the Packers. If we see this man in a 49er uniform, it's not it's not going to be beautiful. So, um, yeah, and then of course, if he goes to Jets, it's going to be the whole Brett Favre era. But he'd be on the Jets for 2 years. He wouldn't be like a 1 year rent, and then to the freaking Vikings, which he goes to the freaking Vikings. I'm shitting myself, but um, yeah, no. Uh, well, that's gonna do for this blog, you guys. I do have a link in the description for the article if you guys want to check that out, so that way you guys understand better as to what the 49ers are doing here with the Aaron Rodgers trade. Um, yeah, thank you again for watching this. As always, um, I am Josh, and I am the host of the Cheesehead Productions. Um, and yeah, I look forward to seeing what you guys think. Don't forget to click that like button and subscribe and hit the bell, and we will get more content out. I think tomorrow. I think in tomorrow, maybe before work, I might. I don't know if I'm gonna go in tomorrow necessarily. There's a band of rain showers coming into Minnesota with snow, so we'll see how that plays out. But I'll get you guys content either tomorrow night or maybe in a couple days if maybe I want to do it on a Saturday or whatever. But anyways, um that one, the next blog, we're gonna talk about the why you should be looking forward to the draft, and then we'll dive into some analysis of players that I can see going. So that would be like the Bryce Young, the CJ Stroud, Will Anderson. I really like this. I really want to go over this with you guys. And this is something that the Packers, I really want them to get. I want to go over the tight end Michael Mayer out of Notre Dame, the next freaking Gronkowski that Notre Dame and many other teams call him the baby Gronk. He is absolutely, if not the definition of baby Gronk. I would be Oh man, I would be extremely excited if the Packers drafted him because for once we would have a freaking monster. And hell, I might even buy his jersey at that point. But we will discuss that in a following week of the Packers and their picks. But yeah, all right, I am gonna end it here, and I am going to eat this. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm gonna eat this delicious enchilada that was left over because I did not really eat that much dinner tonight. But yeah, alrighty. Well, you guys have a good rest of the evening, night, wherever you guys are at. Um, again, leave your comments in the comment section and let me know. All right. As always, go Pack Go, and we will talk to you guys later.